Before we start, I want to say I will not answer any question about Steven Gerrard today.
Jurgen, actually, before we move on to Steven Gerrard, obviously there's been various measures implemented because of fears over the new COVID variant. I just wonder how fears over that variant have impacted preparations for you, and what COVID protocols have you had to implement, maybe reintroduce because of it?
Yeah, tough situation, obviously, for the world and for us as well. So means we got, when I came in this morning, then obviously the Premier League sets a few new or old standards we have to go back to. Yeah, we try. We try to be as cautious and careful as somehow possible. Do all the things. Might be an extra test per week. So with Champions League games, we get anyway tested twice a week. Now we probably get tested three times a week, which I'm completely fine with. I have no problem to test every morning. And these kind of things. So yeah, that's it. And of course, on top of that, we try to boost everybody, all the people if possible, and that's it.
Well, everyone well at the minute.
Sorry?
Everyone is well at the minute.
Yeah.
On to Steven Gerrard. He said he never wanted to face Liverpool as a player. Now he will get to as a manager. I think I said to you the other week as well, he may just get a bigger reception than you when he walks out at Anfield tomorrow. So how do you feel, though, seeing someone who was brought in as an under-18s coach here during your time in charge, now returning to Anfield as a Premier League manager?
Wonderful story. To be honest, wonderful story. And I can imagine a little bit so how his feelings are. I know he said already, no sentiments, no blah, blah, all these kind of things. And I mean, Stevie's meanwhile already an experienced coach. So manager, is doing the job already for a while, and he knows exactly how to approach games. But he has probably no idea how it will feel when he steps into the stadium or out of the dugout or whatever. I had that in a similar way. I cannot really compare it, but when I came the first time back to Mainz, or I came first and last time actually back with Liverpool to Dortmund. So it's strange. You like or love pretty much all the people you meet when you arrive in a stadium, and it's pretty much not often the case. When you go somewhere, it's easy to be very competitive usually. But I could handle it. Stevie will handle it. So it's like I think that Steve is friends with 99.9% of the people working for Liverpool FC, and the 0.01% just never met him because they arrived after him. So I never heard a negative word about Steven Gerrard since I'm here. I met him. He's a great guy. So, and he will come here and wants to win the football game. So before, nice shake hand, after, nice shake hand, and then after, in between, they will go full throttle, and he will go full throttle. And I remembered when we scored with Dortmund at Mainz, I forgot everything about my story at Mainz. I was celebrating like a crazy devil, and so he's allowed to do that as well. I just hope he has no reason for it.
Steven said you've given him advice. I'm guessing you probably haven't before this weekend, though. But give us an insight as to what you've maybe said to him and any concerns it could come back to bite you this weekend.
Yeah, again with football. Advice, it's long ago. Really long ago, and that we spoke a couple of times, of course, or more often. But it's since the Rangers, and especially since he is at Villa, we had some messages sending each other, but that's it pretty much. No, I'm not silly. Not because I don't think I would give him advice, but there's no need for it. Obviously, I watched Aston Villa often enough since he's there. Quite an impact, to be honest. Similar style to Rangers, but obviously with different players, really good players. That feels like everybody plays exactly the position he's made for, and it looks good. Honestly, it will be a tough challenge, but that's how Premier League football is. So there's no difference to other games. And we try to figure out how we can cause them more problems than they had so far in the games they played, and hopefully we can do that.
It's like changing when a model goes to the game from PLP after the good to yet. Hey, Jurgen. Talking to Steven earlier, he was saying that he didn't expect, from the conversation you had with him when he went to the academy and managed there, and those conversations you had at that time, he didn't think he would be coming up against you so soon. So is that sort of a similar thing for you as well? Did you think you would be competing against him so soon, since those conversations?
When I didn't think in that moment about it, that doesn't mean I didn't expect him to be on this level that early. I just didn't think about it. But that's, I think it's a completely natural thing. He did incredible smart stuff. So he started here with a few 18s, knowing that you had to learn the job. Going to Rangers, still, that's how it is in the early stages of the career. And actually, we are all learners all the time. But he still has to improve things. Took his stuff to Rangers, but a very successful, very, very successful. And so now he's ready for everything. That's how it is. And I'm not surprised about it. But when we met then, I didn't think about it, to be honest. But look, it's not easy for a world-class player to become an outstanding manager, but it's possible. And it looks absolutely that Stevie has all the skills you need. And I'm really happy for him.
Go to Ian from Premier League Production 2, and then we'll go to James from Talksport, and we'll come back in the room.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you. Hello, Jurgen. In terms of Steven starting at Aston Villa, what have you made of his team so far, and what sort of a challenge do you think they will pose your side this weekend?
High intensity with what they are doing. What is it? What kind of system is this? 4-3-3 or Christmas tree? Maybe around Christmas. Let's call it a Christmas tree. So 4-3-2-1 is midfield, very lively, really aggressive, very specific way to attack with really high fullbacks, specific kind of protecting with the midfielders, tense in between the line and proper strike, whoever it is it Watkins or Engsy. Last line, obviously, looks again really settled or confident again. Let me say like this. So good goalie. So it's just, I think it's really similar. The way, the style of play is similar to Rangers. It made him very successful there, and it is now really successful there. I think 4 games played, 9 points. I heard about worse records, so I think it's a proper start. But none of these 4 games were against us. So, and that's what we want to bring in. So because Stevie might say there are no sentiments and stuff like this, that's right. But from our point of view, from the club's point of view, there is sentiments. We love Stevie, but that doesn't mean anything around this game. We are all professionals as well, and we will go with all we have. And we will need Anfield and the receptors. Stevie can get the best reception in the world because he deserves it. Before the game, after the game, they can sing songs, all these kind of things. But in the 95 minutes, we need everybody behind us. And I know our people good enough. That's what they like as well. And not to forget, it's just a game. And in a game, we have to throw everything in what we can, and it means at Anfield, use Anfield. We will try everything to create a special atmosphere, but when the people are ready, we have a good chance to have a special atmosphere, and then it's difficult for each opponent, and that's what we have to try to produce.
Have you spoken to him recently?
After last game, sent him a message. Not bad at all. See ya. So that's it, but we didn't speak. No.
Thank you. Go to James from Talksport.
Jurgen, do you think it's inevitable that one day, the way that Steven's career is going, that he does manage Liverpool one day in the future? Once you're long gone, I hope.
Oh yeah. Yes, I think absolutely. The only problem is like when is the right moment for that? That's not only about Stevie, but we saw it with Frank, for example, at Chelsea. So a similar story. So I really think that Stevie is doing really well, because he's very young. Still from a manager's point of view. And so just when it's the right moment to take the job, not that he's not able to do it, but how long you want to do it. So is this the last job you do? Is it the first, the second job you do, the third job you do, whatever? That's questions I cannot answer. But yes, I think it will definitely happen, and good for everybody.
James, we go to Al and go to Al.
Hi, Jurgen. Just bringing it back to one of your players.
Thank you.
One of your midfielders, which I don't think gets much praise at all, Fabinho.
Ask the teammates.
He's arguably one of the best. Is he arguably the best player in that position in Europe? And is he a player that most managers want in their side?
Replaced that with most with every, and then it's probably right. Everybody wants Fabinho in his team. When you work with, especially if you work after one day working with them, you want him in your team definitely. Yeah, he's not. Is he underrated? What did you say?
He doesn't really get talked about as much as what the other players do.
Yeah, Fab is completely fine with that. I'm fine with that. So it's exactly in the club he wants to be. He doesn't need public praise to increase his value or whatever. So it's all fine. He can have a normal life, pretty much, which is cool. Exceptional player, absolutely. And yes, he's the best on the position. I don't know. Who cares? He's a top class player, and that's hopefully very long for this club and hopefully very good at the weekend.
Thank you, Carl. Carl Martin, Association.
Just to bring it back to Stephen, I know you don't current sort of point, but you said it definitely happened that he would become manager here one day. That seems to have been the path that's been marked out from him from the start of his coaching career. Does he actually have to prove?
I'm not the right person to answer that, but it's not near him to make these kind of decisions. I don't know what you have to do before you become a Liverpool manager. I know people say you have to win things. I'm not sure about that. I think it's more important that you win things when you are here. You don't have to win things in the past, and it's a proven winner and all this kind of rubbish. You can win things in the past, we'll never win something again. So these kind of things, you have to be the right manager for you need to. And most important, for each manager in the world, it's really important that the club is in a stable moment. So even else, from a sports point of view, probably not in the best moment, because that's most of the time the reason why a manager gets a sack and another one is coming in. But if the rest is stable, then you have a good chance to improve things, and that's what you have to do. And everything what Stevie did so far is going absolutely in the right direction. But what does that mean? I can't see a scenario where I will be involved in that decision, to be honest. But who knows what the future brings? And we will see.
Just go on team news wise. Obviously, we've got the news about Nat Phillips and his cheekbone. We didn't see Jota and Origi in training pictures yesterday. Are they okay?
So first, Nat, what a story. Yeah, unfortunately, he is broke. It's not as bad as could have been. So no surgery needed. And you can pretty much train from next week on, but reduce, because everything what would hit him in the face could cause proper damage, and that's why he has to be careful. That just make sure that in the moment when he's allowed, when the bone is got healed, how is it? It did heal, then he can obviously will be in a good physical shape. So that's great. How long it exactly will take, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, something like that. We'll see. And the other two, yeah, Jogo felt something after the game, again, the last Premier League game, and didn't train yet. We will see. Maybe he can train today. Then it's an option. If not, then not. What was the other one? Yeah, just intensity, and now take him out for a day and extra recovery day, and I think he will be fine for tomorrow. Did you